have to endure long queues in petrol stations across the country, as the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has confirmed it is owing petrol suppliers a significant debt. According to a statement by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of NNPCL, Olufemi Shoneye, the debt is threatening fuel supply sustainability. Although the statement did not state the amount, Mr. Shoneye said the financial strain has placed considerable pressure on the company. He adds that the NNPCL is collaborating with relevant key players to maintain frequent supply of petroleum products. Meanwhile, in cities across the country, most filling stations are shut, while the few petrol dispensing stations with the product have seen long queues in the last 7 to 8 weeks. And this hit Nigerians yesterday. There's been a conversation around NNPCL's capacity to supply fuel. They had initially come out to say that it was climate issues, talking about lightning, thunder, and the rains. And some Nigerians were saying, this rain has been falling before now. So what makes this one different? We don't even have
as much as,
what makes this different?
Yes.
And so people began to dig. And then there were those who came up with, it's like the NNPCL has a huge debt. And that is why it's unable to, do the needful in terms of supply. And they initially came out to deny. There was some denials. But finally, they agreed. And that's the statement there on the screen that was put forward by the NNPCL, saying that they do not have, they are owing. And then the question of, you declared profits some months or weeks ago, and where is this debt coming from? What is the arrangement for the payment of debts and all the processes that was put in place? How did we get to this point? Such that we did not know that we needed to be paying back our debts as much as we are making monies. What really was the arrangement? That's the question a lot of Nigerians are asking.
$64,000 questions, which Nigerians are really looking for answers to. The NNPCL, as a lot of analysts have already said, is shrouded in secrecy when it comes to declaration of profits, audits and all of that, and all of the things that go on, in the petroleum industry. So it is always very important that whatever it is that comes out of that, industry, they should ensure that it is based on truth, based on facts, so that Nigerians can trust whatever information is coming out of there. Because anytime they say one thing, at the end of the day, we realize that what they have said is just, trying to spin the real issue, the actual issues, until later on they come to, to agree to what people are already insinuating. For instance, you say, okay, we aren't paying subsidy. There are some indications that, okay, one way or the other, subsidy is being paid, and now you're saying that you've run into debt. Why? Where is it coming from? Just like you said, you just, what's it called? You just declared some profit, and then why is it that we are still, you're still owing debt to suppliers and all of that? And they're also, prepping our minds that the price of fuel per liter will definitely go up, will definitely rise again. I think they are mulling 600 naira per liter or so, where others are already setting 1,000, sharp practices and all of that. So
that one has been,
so we exactly do not know what Nigerians should expect. Tell us, come out straight, tell us this is exactly what the challenges we are facing, and this is how we are planning to resolve it, not telling us the usual cliche of,
they have
the situation.
They have told you they have told you that they are collaborating with relevant government agencies and other stakeholders to maintain a consistent supply of petroleum products nationwide. How and who they are collaborating with is what we do not know, because they are the ones that majorly
the statement
import.
Is not actually explicit.
Yes, that majorly import the product into the country, and except a few other independent marketers or something like that import this product. Now you are giving room for people to exploit the situation.
That's right.
Where people can indiscriminately just increase the price of petrol. If you want to buy, buy. If you don't want to buy, walk away. And then the question of the CNG now begins to come in. That is supposed to cushion the effect of what we are seeing here, because that was what the government said with regards to these matters, saying that we have the option of the CNG, and that the rollout was to begin some time ago. And there were talks about conversion centers and conversion kits, and the fact that there were other, places Nigerians can just easily walk in. Where are those? That's the question Nigerians are asking, because that is supposed to be the option for Nigerians right now. And
I think, Mr. President,
and we know how critical petrol is, how when issues like this come up, it affects the price of every other thing. So in the coming days, Nigerians are already keeping their fingers crossed to see how this will affect the price of goods and services, and then their pockets eventually.
Yeah, I think Mr. President actually took, delivery of 30 CNG buses, luxury CNG buses, but then we don't know how far these have been operational. It's not only what we have in Abuja, it's also some things that we need to also have in all
We have 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. How far would that go? I was in
Ogun State, was it 2-3 days ago? I saw one of the buses, not CNG. I think this is powered by electric. I can't really say, but I know that it's not the regular luxury bus. It's just commuting from Ogun State to the end of Songwater and all of that. But Nigerians want to see this thing pronto on the street. They want to get to utilize this so that they'll be relaxed from the grip of what they get from petrol vehicles and all of that. So it is very, very important that we get on this, because we just had the issue of end bad governance. Others are already mulling another protest for October the 1st. We don't want to see that. We want the government to not just talk, but walk the talk.
All right. So it's important that the government nips this in the bud as quickly as possible. I mean, people sleep on queues, and it's productive hours are spent on queues, and it's not helping productivity, neither is it helping businesses as it is. Right. Some persons trekking to their offices. The other day I spent some quality hours in traffic, on the queue rather, trying to get
fuel. There's no fuel, but there's traffic.
There's traffic, the issue is just complex.
Such an irony.
It's a complex thing, because we are in a country where we have huge deposit of crude, yet we are seeing scarcity. That needs to be resolved as quickly as possible. But then we have to move on now. We'll take a breather, and when we return, it will be time for the newspaper review.